Okay, yes, uh, good day, everyone. It's night to you. So, yes, I think I uploaded the video some 5 years back on how to set up SL4A for Android, and for the sake of revisiting, I would actually be explaining this video in depth. It would be nice if I would actually get likes and comment. I don't know from said video, yeah. Okay, yes, let's move right into it. So this is basically the same video, but with commentaries and probably captions for those of us that are stuck with the SL4A projects for whichever reasons. I mean, for a quick side note on the SL4A project, it was actually a project that Google launched. I think that was in the 2015s, and you cannot find it on GitHub properly. You rather find it on the Google Code website. It's an archive, or it's a set of archive repositories there. So it basically was created for a purpose, and that was to actually make interpreters for languages like Python, Ruby, Perl, and PHP accessible on Android. It's basically a precursor to projects like QPython, PyDroid 3. I think there's this one called Ben Python or something like that, among others. So yeah, for those of us who, for some reason, are stuck with devices that are less than Android 5.0, or trying to, test a fork of the SL4A project, say because you want to build our interpreters or something, then I think this video should do just fine for you. Oh yes, I thought we are getting right into the video. Please let's start. Okay, so let's get into it. So, like I said, just a commentary. So yes, I think the first and most important thing to do would actually be to get the needed binaries. Now I'd actually try my best to add a link to the set binaries, your procedure for the set binaries on to the description of this video. But then at this point I think I already had it downloaded. Yeah. So yes, obviously you'd actually need to create a directory where files the needed word binaries are stored. Here we actually decided to use Google Codes Python for Android. This is actually the default folder for storage of files that are going to be used by your SL4A and Python for Android scripts. So yes, by the way, when I was explaining, I forgot to mention using the SL4A and Python for Android. What do they call it? The SL4A and Python for Android softwares. Yeah, basically, they're actually two different projects. SL4A is basically a wrapper for a bunch of interpreters. Python for Android is a specific one of those interpreters. I hope you understand. Okay, yes, so at this point, the aim is basically to copy the needed binaries. Those are your scripts, your extras. I think there are, your scripts and your extras. I think, basically it contains things like your modules, your modules, example codes, etc., etc. So you're basically pasting it in the folder we created earlier. That's from the Google Codes for Python for Android. And bear in mind that you should have installed the Python for Android application, not as the SL4A application. As the moment you actually copy these binary files into the needed directory, you can simply open the app, tap on local install, which basically checks the set folder and tries to install Python from the binaries you have there. You can check. Please don't mind the notification. Now, you see, there's a reason why your install would fail, and that's because the entire project itself is basically a failed project. Well, not failed, but like it's an archive project. There is no support whatsoever. There's no support whatsoever for this project, yes. So yeah. basically the server where the executive is the binary should gotten from by default inaccessible. So I just thought with this manual method, don't even bother trying to normal install method because you won't work. Okay, sorry. Guys, my report is fixed. Okay. I mean, by the time you are done, you should actually get this. The loader that we got just now. I mean, indicating the extraction of the needed files. Yeah. So, like I said, there are about three files you copy. One containing the interpreter, basically. One containing a bunch of extras, basically modules that come to one digit Python or enums. And there's your extra, yeah, your extras, yeah. Okay, so there you go. At least it's the number of extras you have, number of scripts you have. And once you are done with that, you can basically open a SL4A. Don't forget what we said. SL4A is a wrapper. If you understand, it's a wrapper that is not actually explicit. It's just Python. But then, like everything runs under through it, so you get it. It's just like the best time we can use is actually a wrapper. So once you are done, you can basically move to SL4A and check your scripts that you have installed. And don't forget that we actually had about three files extracted. It was a script. Yeah, that script contains a set of example scripts that use probably the earliest version of the Android API integrated in the Python. If you understand, so that's how you have the Bluetooth chart, the low world, notify weather, state chart, etc. down to your weather deploy. Now, if you note one thing, not all of these scripts will work. And for several reasons. One, Android API versions change, and somehow the fact that this project is not being actively updated means it will break. So you understand. So a number of these won't work. I remember having to modify a number of this personally. I would probably explain further how to do that in the next video. But for now, let's continue. Okay, so yeah, basically, next step will most probably be to test any of the scripts to confirm your Python installation. I personally would advise you to run either TestLopi or Hello on the file. So basically, what TestLopi does is it tries every single basically what TestLopi does is it actually tries every single component of the Android API implementation in Python. Sure you understand, and this shows you those that work and those that don't work. And yeah, that's basically all there is. Eh, okay, yeah. So basically, this is all about the installation of SL4A in on Android. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward installation. Like I said, I'll add a link to the needed binaries. Until then, let's stay tuned. I think yes. There are a set of things I would actually like us to know. First of them being the fact that um except if explicitly needed, Python 3 and Python are actually better alternatives. I am myself preferring Python 3 because that's the best community support, arguably the best UI, support for modules that are non-natively supported in Python among others. Yeah, you can use either Python 3 or Python. Now, I actually can emphasize a number of reasons why a normal person would actually not want to use either of those. I would rather prefer myself for a very good example being the fact that you might actually be stuck with an Android phone whose Android version is Android 5 In that case, yes, I understand, but I would personally advise you to do your learning on, I don't know, any of the online interpreters, because while this will work and will work as well as you want it to, it's not a standard environment. For one, it does not even run Python 3. Though yes, there are set of binaries that actually run Python 3, but then old versions. I hope you get what I mean. So yes, except it's absolutely necessary, you shouldn't use SL4A. Thanks again for watching. I think needed a variable, so to speak, to the description of this video. Thank you.